What's going on, Blizzers? We're going to bring you specifications you can relate to so you can have an educated decision on your purchases. Basically, go through the specifications, then I'll give you my opinion as far as buy, borrow, or avoid at the end of the video. So this one's going to be one from Kizer. So very much appreciate them joining the pass around group. So thank you to Joyce for helping out with the Apex pass around. So this one is the Odin by Ivan Braginet. Hopefully that's close. But this one is a pretty cool knife. Normally packaging isn't something that I really look at too much, but there's something about the presentation that Kizer does, as well as Tangram. But this is a pretty cool setup. So it opens up, and then you have basically the information, the pouch. It's just a really nice setup. So that's something I just wanted to show off for that before going on to the knife itself. But that is something that is pretty cool. So this one is the knife here. So a fairly large knife as well. Things that I really like about it, and some things that are not ideal for it. So we're going to look at some of the hand sizing for it. So you can look at it for our adult female hand, and then we're also going to look at the adult male hand. So this one comes in at 4.6 ounces. So it is a pretty substantial as far as weight goes. So not horrible. Price-wise, it's going to be at $161. Currently is the lowest price, or one of the lower prices I could find, and also MSRP about $270 for it. So as far as some of the information that we're looking at, for Lyman pull gauge, I look at the actual pull for the knife to actually open the flipper tab. About 2 to 3 pounds I found to be pretty decent for the knife. So let's see where this one comes in. So 2 pounds, 8.4 ounces. So under that mark for that 3 ounce mark. So coming in pretty well. For the actual deployment side, there's light switch. You can have a thumb stud or thumb deployment. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get in there for that. You can also have middle finger flick. You can have more of a pinch and roll that you can do. It does have a little bit of inertia. You can actually do it. So you can actually inertia flip it out. And then traditional, so basically if you want to do a two-hand, you can still do it that way as well. So that's something that's pretty good about it. A lot of people have issue with inertia, but it's something that you're going to have to really want to deploy it that way to have it be an issue. So this one is actually pretty long too. So it's going to be about 3.87 inches for the blade. That's going to be a drop point for it. It's actually also a flat grind right there. So about 7 sheets of paper. So take that out of your printer. That's going to be where that is, about 28 thousandths behind the edge. The ramp, so basically the ramp, how I refer to that, is from where you disengage it to where that detent ball is actually on the blade. It's about 21 degrees. So 20 degrees is really good. 30 degrees is still decent. And then anything basically 40 degrees and above is fairly horrible. But that's going to be my opinion on that. Blade stock is about 3.46 millimeters. And then this is single right hand tip up. So that's where you're going to be having for the carry for it. So it's going to be just one direction. This one is fairly stiff as far as actually taking it out of your pocket. So when you're actually pulling it out, I found that 2 pounds is kind of where I like it as far as the highest. This one came out at about 2 pounds, 8.6 ounces. So some of the issue with it, something that I really like about the knife is this carbon fiber inlay, but also that's also the issue on this side. So where the actual pocket clip lays, it actually runs over the carbon fiber inlay, which is ridged. It also has for the actual lock bar release or relief, this actually catches the pocket as well. So this is probably the worst part about the knife is the pocket clip because of what it actually contacts when it goes in and out of your pocket. So that is one thing that is kind of an issue. For this one, S35 yen, corrosion distance is about 67 percentile. Edge retention is about 62 percentile compared to like the super steels out there. I didn't test the sharpness for this one. It cuts, but it is a pass round knife. So it's not that factory edge. Most times, a lot of the knives when they come in, they're going to be a new high-end cutlery though for it. For the actual sharpness degree, this is about 43 degrees inclusive, 21.5 per side as far as how that sharpened up. So generally, I like the inlays a lot, but one thing that I didn't like too much is the actual back inlay is pretty flush, and then the actual front inlay has quite a bit of a ramp or spacing on top of it, where that could have been flush. So it's kind of nitpicky about it, but if you're going to do it to one side, I figure they could have done it to the front side, the show side as well, and that's where I would have liked that a lot better. And then as far as the comparison, now we do have like a Best Tech. There's a Fractal. There's a pretty new one as well. And then a Bug Out, which is pretty popular for folks. And we even have a QSP Songbird. Kind of has those little inlays as well. For this one, as far as a buy, borrow, or avoid, I would buy with almost a borrow, because the thing I was really having a hard time with this review, because I liked it so much. I like the blade, I like how it cuts, I like how it looks, but as I was like using it and having it, this pocket clip is almost the deal breaker for it, because of the way that it operates. It just catches too much. So if they had just maybe made the insert over a little bit so it actually ran on the actual titanium, and then maybe a different cutout for this where it didn't catch the pocket, that would have been ideal for me, because it is a really nice knife. But I just had a hard time with it, because when I first got it, I was like, yeah, that's amazing, that's a really good one, I really like the knife. And then after I was using it, I was like, maybe it's still a good knife, but I don't really like it as much. And then as far as the action, it is not like a drop shot. So as you see, it's going to be kind of one where you have to shake it quite a bit, which is kind of good in a way. I mean, it gives you kind of a smooth hydraulic type of action, but just to know, at least on this example, it's not a drop shot, which isn't too horrible, but definitely one that I liked a lot more when I first had it, where it's kind of in that honeymoon phase, but yeah, it's okay. I still think there would be some improvements that could be made to it. Really great looking, really well done, but just that pocket clip is the part of it that makes it difficult to recommend it totally as far as a definite buy. But that's where that is. If you want to check out another video as far as what you guys thought as far as the community wise, check out the previous video to this as far as the top 5 knives recommended by you folks of the community, and check out some of those. And thank you very much. Have a good morning, midday or afternoon, evening, and thank you very much.